process. So just take your time. Oh, okay. Well, just stick it out more to the side instead of to the back. And let's just try the other side. Just warm up a little. Oh, who do you have? Oh, swab notification. Okay. All right. That's fine. Let's just kind of just do this one. You could just take a nice long one, just kind of stretch out. Okay, now don't forget, okay, so really get a sense of like your shoulder blade tucking in. So that will help you with lifting the arm up, as opposed to trying to just lift the arm up with the shoulder muscles. Right? Oh, that looks a lot better, Greg. There we go. Can you imagine even stretching this shoulder blade in and up? Just to get that little bit of a stretch in there. We're just using this to warm up. Yeah, I guess there's some stuff going on in the shelter. Looks like some activity. Well, I'm glad the Tuesday class has not started outdoors. That Tuesday class is full of the older lady set. Right? Why is it gonna rain like all right to Sunday? Oh, okay, so I'm here next week, Thursday, just to FYI. So I'm here next week, Thursday. And then the Thursday after, we're gonna go visit my sister-in-law. So can we either have class on a Friday? You can have this class on a Friday, or we can have this class like on a, I don't know, a Monday or something. You'll be gone anyway. Huh? Okay, all right. I'll just skip it. I need some rest. All right, all right. All right, so I just want to point this thing out. Why, I know why, what is this? Okay, so why are this important? Like, because our thing is about movement. So if you're kind of like have bad posture, a simple movement like this is really hard. But once your posture's up, this has become so easy. Just check it out. Or you have your head forward, right? You can't really move. That's the whole thing about the having good postures, because we can have that movement. But you can feel that. You can really feel the difference. Okay, so when we do these moves, the posture has to be right on. I don't know. I don't know if Bill's that. He says he's coming. Yeah. I don't know. All right. Let's do a couple other stuff. Let's do a little bit of joint work, I guess. Just we can just start at the elbow. This is going to be our chin stuff. Okay. All right, so let's get elbow, then shoulder. Elbow, shoulder. Elbow, shoulder. Elbow, shoulder. I'll go this way. Okay, let's get a little hip. Elbow, shoulder, hip. Elbow, shoulder, hip. Elbow, shoulder, hip. Legs, hips, knees. So I think the rule is for this class, if it's like thundering, pouring rain, I don't need to call you. Right? All right. I was thinking about it. I was like, I pulled over to Fred Michaels. Is it raining or is it not raining? I said, well, I just better go in case anybody shows up. Oh, it is? Is it wetter here? Oh, really? Oh, how interesting. Yeah. There's Bill. Okay, let's try this elbow shoulder. And just go slow. Just try to find that rotation in the arm. Okay, so you can just, if you want, you can just work with the shoulder, or you can work the shoulder and the hip. Right, so I'm working with the hip too. You could just work with the hip if you want. And just try to loosen that up and just kind of relax. It's a really big cycle. Forward on the knee, forward on the elbow, push away. You think like that. Grab the bar, push away. When your son comes up, if your son comes up, you have him come to class. I would love to train with him. Oh, is he? Oh man, too bad. Okay. Tried a little bit of twisting. I think Bill's having trouble finding parking. I think that was Bill's car. My wife is worried about COVID too. Really? Ah. Yeah, of course it's going up. People just going up. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Oh, you gotta keep your seat dry, yeah. And your helmet. There's Bill. It's not really raining. It's kind of raining. This is like summer to Greg. It's like summer to Greg. Is it? Is it Greg? I mean, this is very mild for you. Oh yeah. All right. Okay, so we were just kind of doing this up. This is the lazy. So we could just start with just a little twisting here, and you could just go through the arms. But I'm adding the legs to it. Okay. Okay, so I'm adding the legs, I'm adding the hip. And there's another, you can go the other direction, which is one we don't use so much. Okay, just, you could try the other direction. No, oh, look, it's Ted even. I can't believe you guys are all coming in the rain. Huh? Well, that's true. All right, here we go. Let's start. Okay. I just want to put, okay, so it's just a review, just a quick review. I know we talked about this already. Okay, so if you could just experiment, but you guys already seen it. Like if you have a little bit of bad posture, even just a little bit, your movement is restricted, right? If you just hold up this movement's very easy. So you just think about martial arts. But if you have, just standing like this is a hard, it's restricted. That movement's restricted. You're leaning forward and your joints aren't lined up. Okay, so let's continue with the silk reeling. The legs. Get a good sense of the outside of the legs too. So this way that will prevent that happening. All right. So let's just try one hand of silk reeling. Okay, so like when we warmed up with the elbow, sit a little bit in the hip joint, keep upright. Imagine you have a rock here and lift. Imagine you have to use your legs and the outside of your thigh to come out and then lower the rock and sit down. And if I want to turn my body, I'm going to turn my hips. I'm going to turn my hips the other way and then down. And just make sure this arm is relaxed. Have the wrist kind of curl. So we're going to use the wrist. Okay. Remember we talked about being upright. If you're leaning over, this move is very difficult. Okay, class is limited. Today's class is limited to when it really starts really raining, class is over. Okay. Now, if you guys want to go for coffee after class, I suggest we go to Shirleyburg because they have that big atrium on the inside. It's called Shirleyburg. It's how would you describe it, Bill? It's in this building. You know that? It's in that building right next to Mambo Italiano. They have a big atrium. I don't know. That'd be kind of weird. Can you take your bike in there? So you can switch sides. I just switch sides. Huh? So just keep straight. So okay, so when I come back, I'm not leaning. And when I come on, my body's upright. I'm turning in the hip. Three. Okay, let's try two hands. So one down, one up, and then across, and then cut. Up and cut. Greg, I guess it's worse than this in Alaska, right? All right. So, all right. So from here, put your hand here and sit straight. Then just slide. Keep the bite. Then put the hand here so you can feel it. Then slide straight. Here. There you go. Much better. Yeah, there you go. That's it. Much better. Just slow it down. So I'll show you the difference here. All right. So Greg is really strong. He's one of the strongest guys I know. All right. So you just resist, okay? So if I'm not sitting, if I just try to go like that, leaning, I need to sit in my hip. I need to sit in my hip, okay? And I need to be upright. Okay. Yeah, if the pickleball people could do it, we should be able to go. Okay, ready? So just upright. So just it's not like this, it's straight across and then push out. My body is straight. Okay, I'm not leaning, straight. One. Roll the leg. Feel the outside of the leg. Come in. All right. Let's try a little bit something different. Well, same idea. Just one. Okay. Just one, two. Okay. You could think of gathering, dropping. No, well, I'm rotating a little bit to the front. Yeah. Yeah, let me show you. One, two. Okay. One. So my elbow is kind of tilting or rotating. My arm's rotating. My trunk's rotating. One, two, three. We'll go the other side too. Four. This hand is not very high because I'm not doing this. Just one, two. This is like in the form. Three. So give it a little firmness at the end. One. Let's try the other side. One. Body upright. Two. Three. Four. Just relax and then firm at the end. It's like here, like something's about to drop and you grab it. Like something's about to fall, so you got to grab it. If the weather's nice next Thursday, Karen from my Tuesday class will come too. Okay, so if you're like a real Chen person, right? That's what they do. Okay. So he goes one. Okay, so let's just try this one then. Just easy, 2 hands. Down, up. Remember, keep the energy under here so you don't fall in. Okay. 2, 3. So this one is just like I go to this side and I can look to the other side. 1, 2, 3. We'll make it a little bit more. 4, 5, 6. So I'm getting excited. Okay, so remember, don't lean into the person. Just it's like you have a big rock, you let it drop on them. It could be both. It kind of depends on what's going on, right? So oh, I don't know. I guess I could try Garrett. No, you're still recovering. All right. So you can just kind of think about. You could just think about like what's going on. So it can be a block. It can be it can be both, right? It can be both. And the part of it is not thinking of punching so much as like, I want you to kind of think about that. It's more of like learning how to drop your weight, right? So it could be even like, we're not going to do it, but it's learning how to even like, if like you got some joint and it's some compromised position and drop your weight into that joint. So it's not, so, a lot of this stuff is like, especially in martial arts training, like you think it's a punch or you think it's a block. I think the Tai Chi and the Chen is more about like opportunities come, right? And then the movement, you just have a certain movement that works with the opportunity. Right? So it could be something, could be like he throws that one, right? And then instead of a punch or a block, it's a wrap. Right? So I can wrap. So what if I was able to wrap and then apply it? Snap it, yeah. So that's a lot of the. So if you understand the movement, if you just do the movement, it's and not think so much. I mean, you could think of a punch or block too, but learning the movement is really the key. Oh, I can't believe I even Greg is oh, all right. I guess you could try under the trees. You want to try under the trees? It's all right. Okay. All right. Okay. So anyway, so we can just say, so Bill's question is like, you take the movement and just understand, just go slow. So how can you connect the movement to your feet, right? And we can try the other way. We'll do a couple more from the form. This is from the form. Okay, we'll just do this one. This one's from the form too. It's kind of a little silly because it could look like this. Okay, but it's just one. You think of like tug of war, come over, tug of war, okay, and just push, pull, 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 pull. So you come over and imagine you're grabbing a big rope and pull. Come over, grab a big rope. And when I pull, I'm not going this, I'm just kind of having, using my legs to like almost like brace it. I think the rain is slowing down now. Okay. You could do a little bit of scoot. That's a very Chen thing. Just nice and easy. So you get the coordination. Okay, sorry. Okay. All right. Let's do a little something from second set too. Okay, so all right, we'll do something from second set. Did the pickleballers give up? They gave up. I think it's slowing down. It's not as heavy. It's just a constant. You want to do that? Actually, if you go through the parking lot, I think it's drier because the yeah. Why don't we do that? Yeah, let's do that. Okay, we're gonna pause the video here. Okay, this is the new location. Let's have this as our location from now on. All right. Oh, this is great. I like this. Okay, just face wherever. Here's the camera. So yeah, face the camera. Don't worry, you can. We'll try to. All right. Who knows what the camera will be like? Okay, so let's try a little bit from second section with this idea. So palm here. Okay, so you kind of have to get the idea of twisting. Okay, twisting, and then out. Okay. So let me show you. So let me give you a side view of this. Twisting, and then when I come out, it's like I wrap in, like I'm wrapping something in. Okay, so this thing wants to come in, and this wants to go out. Now, Chen style is all about twists and spirals. See how the hands, they kind of wrap like this? Keep the elbow down. Okay. All right, so one, step out. Okay, now I have to think the whole body is like a big winding thing. Okay, one, two. Okay. So we can go one, and then wrap the body. So everything is winding here, like in your loaded spring. Really kind of get that sense, and it gives you a lot more power. Oh, Greg again, I guess. I usually use. No, I just. Okay, well, no, I'll borrow. Okay, so if this is the move, and I'm not going to use the move as an application anymore. So if he's going to just push pressure on the elbow, right? Okay, so I'm just kind of push. This is a very linear resistance, right? So, and I'm not. So if I just think of, I'll just get a little more. So if I think of wrapping, see, I could wrap it,
Yeah.
right? Versus this,
Yeah.
right? This is straight. So then I could wrap it, right? And I have to keep upright. Don't throw your shoulder into it. I don't want to have head to feel like neglected. Okay, so some people, so this is like some elbow thing, right? So his elbow, just this is a very linear kind of thing. So if I wrap myself, it's like I screw into the, drill into the technique, right? So if you think about what the kind of the technique is, there's a couple ways to think about it. If you're lucky enough, he throws the fist, I throw that one. right? I don't even have to grab him, but I want to wrap. This is hopefully, you know, in case he slips the elbow, I have it covered, right? So that could be the technique. If I'm lucky enough to somehow grab it and just kind of just hold on to him, that's really lucky. That's you have to be really lucky to do that, right?
If you kept going, I would.
Yeah, hopefully. You know, and then this, and so you also don't want to think about like it's the hands, just go slow. You don't also know and think about the hands staying here. It can also be just like I was showing you guys, because this whole thing with this idea, right? That's a big Chen thing. They do that. I think all the applications just come out that way.
Just take the swing and turn.
Just, and so this little technique can turn into a bigger technique, right? And so that's kind of fun just to look at the little pieces of this, right? But also, you know, you to make the pieces work, you have to have this idea of the twisting. All right, ready? So we just kind of did the pounding. We're going to, so you just think of all of this as practicing how to just turn the joints, turn the body into joints, and then wrap. Okay, so we did that wrap. So we just like I was showing you with Ted, you can think of this next one as instead of like a punch, or more like an arm bar, like I just did with his arm. 1, 2. Okay, ready? 1, get into the hip, into the feet, keep the body upright. 1, 2, out. Okay, so this goes slow. We don't need to add power. Just try to get that connection of the twisting, the spiral. You go nice and slow. Okay, we can just go up, and then you can think of this wrapping, like you're wrapping around. Okay, so 1, and then wrapping around. I just want to get the idea of this. Okay, 1, and then I want to like wrap. It's like you're wrapping something up. Okay. All right. So let's do the whole move. You know, when they teach this, when you look at it, it's like they do this, you know. It's like a complicated movement, and you just kind of go through it. But you know, we want to find the strength in each part of the arc, right? You want to find the power in each part of it. 1. So this is right out of second section. 2. Just relax. We can just relax. We can just flow the movement. So you can just feel the idea of it sinking, turning, twisting. Okay, when this arm comes up, don't hike the shoulder up. Just come from the below. So you can keep this relaxed. And I'm going to let it drop. I've done different variations of this one. Okay, when I let it drop, you imagine like you're spiraling up like a drill, and then turn the hip, turn the hand. This is the form of it. Okay, okay, notice what the back's doing. It's not doing this, and it's not doing this, and I'm not this. Okay. All right. Okay, so now remember, so think of the twisting, and it twists out. Twist out. Twist out. Twist out. Okay. All right. So 1, and just twist out. 1, and twist out. So this could be a technique. This could be a strike. It could be another type of arm thing, right? It could be even trying to throw the guy over the front leg, I guess. Yeah, like it's some judo thing. Yeah, I mean, it's just you take just okay. And I don't want to, since Ted is feeling.
Okay, you.
Okay, so here's the thing. So you have this, right? Just this move. We'll just do for connection shape. So if this is just the arm, it doesn't work at all. But if I try to get this type idea of the twisting in the body, then this arm hooks into this leg. Yeah. Right? So, and I have to be upright. Okay. So we get the idea of the twisting in the body. This arm hooks into this leg and this leg. Every part of the leg works. Right. So it's the rear hand. Rear hand. So I'm taking the rear leg, put it in the, okay. And I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see what's happening with the front leg too. How does the front leg help? Okay. Because I'm gonna load the front leg now for the next move. It's like what? Yeah, yeah. And then I'm gonna load the front leg to make the next move. So, so this is like a silk reeling thing. Right. And you can do open hand. So open hand is it's also useful to do with open hand because you can see like certain chinas or wrist locks. Because you're always doing this stuff in Chen. You're always doing this stuff in Chen. Okay. All right. So where was I? Okay. I like this spot. I think we should just come here all the time. Maybe even go in there when it's sunny. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And it's like, you know, yeah, and it's out of people's view. Bill, what did you do to this? Did you get into a fight? Was what? Oh, really? You must have like intense dreams or something. Huh? Yeah. All right. All right. All right. So let's do that, just that little bit of the second section. Okay. We'll start with like the regular opening to get into it. Right? So let's remember what I said about good posture. How's that help you with your movement? Okay, ready? So let's go into the hips. 1, 2, and then 3. Okay, everything is wound up. So you're still a spring. So when you start chen style, it's like you're a spring. Okay. 4. Stay in your hips. You can go, you don't have to go as low, but you just have to move with your hips. So here I'm winding the spring, bring it through, up, relax. Okay, now we just do that a little bit. 2, 3, and then wind, unwind, and then let it out, and then wind again. So I'm winding again, and I wind over, and I wind around. I'm gonna come up. We didn't talk about this part, but that's because I find this part so much more interesting, I guess, too. So you can think of this as a strike. You could think of it as a, I don't know. Okay, next move. Okay, next move is this swing here. 2. Okay, so this swing here, you have to use your hip, but don't let your knee fall in. Right? So you can think of this as a, okay, and this is where we'll end here. We won't go beyond this. Because the next move, you have to learn how to, instead of just swinging your arm out, because there's no power. See how I did that with my hip? So I'm not doing this, right? I'm just kind of relaxed. So I'm not putting much tension in my arm. I just want to make my arm firm and move it with my hip. Okay. There's a couple ideas with this one. Anytime you have this kind of stuff, I really think it's more like, it's kind of like more like you're breaking a joint. I suppose, like, I don't think this is a very strong hit. I think the technique of it is more like to just kind of like this kind of idea. Yeah, just kind of a break. And if you, yeah, it depends on what's available. It could maybe a break and then an in, you know. No, that's true. One.
So a lot of these, you don't actually need an arm. When you use the arm, but if the arm's not available, you could just
Yeah, use your elbow, your shoulder.
go for
Yeah,
anything,
exactly.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't need an arm. An arm is available. It makes it easier because you can control them. But yeah, you can do a lot with just, like there's a lot of like, you come in here, if you got the arm to help you, you step in and just give them the little shoulder. Okay. Now that's just to help you do the form.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not to have you go to the bar. All right. There we go. Okay, so okay, let's just do a little bit in the first. Let's do a couple of moves out of the first section, so we don't forget those. All right. I think Mark had a question about the brush knee here, but we'll go ahead. Let's just go. Let's just work a little bit with the. Well, we should do this. Okay, so let's go ahead and just go from the beginning. This way we slowly work the form up. But don't feel like there's a rush to learn the entire thing. I mean, if you want to learn the entire thing, we can do that. But there's so much in each move that's like it, and you can never get out of the first section almost. If you want, we can look at something in the last section that's a little complicated. Because there are a lot of complications in this form. Okay, so we're going with the first section. So this is the, so you think you're winding to this here, and then you're gonna wind to the other side, and think of your twisting out. So I'm twisting, I step in, I twist in, and I twist out. His palm is here. Okay, so this is like you got someone's wrist. Okay, and the elbow is kind of like that. Let me just yeah, that's much better. Yeah. So we don't want to be up like that. We want to have the elbow just sit in the shoulder socket. Okay, and just have it instead of this is like this, because this is kind of like pushing too, right? I'm just using this muscle to kind of just rotation of the push. And then I'm going to use my hip I'm going to use my hip and I'm going to push the guy a little bit. And then this is a very Tai Chi thing. You kind of push them and they come back and you keep upright. So remember what I said. 1, 2, 1, turn, up and out. Ready? 1, 2, turn, up and out. So the hands again are spiraling and they spiral back. So get the spiral back, open. When you turn this out here, you want to feel like the wrapping here. So I'm not pinching the shoulder blades. Okay, 1, step in, we'll push. We'll do the 1-0 like this. I kind of like this one now. Look to the left, pull the knee up. 1, 2, and 3. Again, elbows hanging down, shoulders relaxed. It's like a horse stance, but a little bit over. Keep the body upright, spine is straight. 1, 2, and we'll go ahead again with this one up and then down. Okay. So we're gonna just make this one easy. 1, 2, 3, up, step out. 1, 2. Okay, think brush knee. Just think brush knee. We're not gonna do the complicated version. Just brush knee, upright. Okay, upright. This would be great. It doesn't look behind. Upright. Okay. Let's do it again. 1, 2. Chin in, head up, shoulder blades into the body. So we're not hunching them. Put the shoulder blades in the body. And then we're going to sit back and wrap. 2, just relax. 3, 4. Okay, I'm gonna pull back. 1. So I'm pull back. I'm kind of like dragging him in. 2, 3. Okay, I'm just going to shorten this by 1. So down, up, so down. So just like what we did with the exercise, right? Remember that? Right. So 1, 2. Instead of 2 fists, just 1 fist. Okay, bring it back. Down. Nice and easy. We'll work the punch. Relax. Okay, tendency for this, keep upright, keep the shoulder blades in the body. Okay, for the punch, just nice and easy. Okay, what I don't want to do with the punch is this. Keep my head up, keep the arm in the shoulder. I don't pinch the shoulder blade and I don't throw it out, right? I just keep it in the body. 1. All right, just open, circle. Okay, open. And then we'll go into this one again. 2. And we do our little circle. Oh my God, what is that? 3, 4. Okay, and then 1. Oh, that's some type of blower. I thought it was like a stinger missile thing. All right, let's relax. I see this woman, she had this thing. I was like, is that like some? Oh, I thought it was like a stinger missile. Yeah, it does. It looks like a grenade launcher. One of those grenade launchers. Okay. Okay, so let's work a little bit with the just the brush knee and the punch. Okay, so just kind of just working with the brush knee. We'll just start simple. So if you're used to Yang style, it's very similar, but the Chen style is a little bit different because it comes down and then up. Okay, again, so 1 and then 2. Okay. This leg, this hand, this leg, this hand, this foot. Okay, 1, 2, and we can just practice that. 3, 4. Open. Okay, so when we open, take your time. Feel the back of the body. Okay, so this is not front muscles. It's the back, your shoulder blade muscles. Okay. I don't think I can really do this because but I definitely can't do it if he holds me down. If I use like all the pecs and one of the pecs aren't designed for that. But it's like I'm not doing a bicep curl, right? So I have to figure out like so the movement is this, right? And so if I pinch my shoulder blades, that's no way, right? And if I do this, God, it's even worse. Okay, so you have to figure out how, and I'm just doing this so you can show you like we have to find the most efficient way to move our body. So just kind of relax, relax into my, like he's gonna hold me, he's not gonna try to stop me. And the trick to this movement is also the shape. So 1, I'm into my body, my dantian, my leg time, I'm in my hips. I'm just gonna do this movement. So it's a little different, right? So, and I'm trying not to do this. I'll go really light because I can hurt myself. I'm not trying to arch my back. I can really hurt myself. Like I'm not doing this, right? With my back. I have to be straight and have to think of my legs and try to lift with, and like I tell you guys, when we do this one, like you have that rock in your hand and you lift it up, right? So this is the same. This is like, I don't know, 180-pound rock right here, right? 190, okay, so he puts the weight on, put the weight on. So I need to use my legs if I want to affect him even a little. right? And so the hard is, so when we do this, now, we don't have Greg pushing on us at home, but we can just think about try to use our back, use our muscles and our legs, not our shoulder muscles so much, but try to lift from the legs. And then when I come down, just relax down the backside. Okay. You can also add like some power to the backside down, because like I said, every part of the form should work for you. Okay. So even the bottom part should work. Try this again. My goal is to get his arm tired. Okay, so I've done this, right? So I'm still training. I'm still not like, okay, what's next? Okay, I'm still training. So it doesn't mean I need to add power to it, but there needs to be focused like on what I want to do. I'm just going to relax into my body and just have everything connect. Oh God, shit, he's strong. Like I can't, but it's like a very difficult thing. But if you think about what's going on here, one, if he's like a strong punch, I'm not going to kind of go like that, and I have to kind of go like that. But I have to use my body, right? Okay, and I want to use it in such a way that I don't want to throw my alignment up. Let's say if I use it, I really put a lot into it, I'm kind of go like that. I could screw up. So even if he's like super strong, well, I'm still with him, right? So I can't really throw myself in there. Like I can't like. You can throw you can apply max power, but you need to be upright. Okay, don't throw yourself in there. So you go, so if he's really strong, goes, and then I affect him a little bit. Then when I'm still up, I can come in if I want to. Okay. All right, so that's kind of like the reason. I'll just tell you the reason why these things are. That doesn't mean to, again, don't go to Bellingham Bar and Grill. I had a friend who got jumped at one of these places. Not the Bellingham Bar and Grill, but like I think it's over there. What is it? The Royal. Yeah, he got. I think he got really hurt too. Yeah, he was totally. Yeah, got hit in the head with a baseball bat, put him in the hospital. Yeah. So then the guy went and got himself a gun permit. Yeah. All right. Well, just don't go to these places and don't go to those places. Okay, so anyway, so we'll just go with the 1, 2, and then just open. So just keep it, it's not that you'd be tense with it. It's just like you have your mind, you just be aware of the movement. Okay. And do a couple more. And you can just do this as a movement using the legs. 2, 3. Okay. So here's the wrap. So remember we talked about the wrists? Okay. You could do a push, a pull, you do a step out. Okay, we'll do one more. So here's how do you transition to the next one. 1, 2. I sneak under the guy. I come in with another brush knee. Now this shoulder's relaxed, so it hooks into the lats. And I'll do one more. Okay. 1. I'm going to do this thing here. And then we'll do this one. Okay, so now we'll work the punch. We've done the punch a couple times. So the punch is like our warm-up, what we did for warm-up. Okay. Hit, and now we just come back, down. He's coming, give him the fist or the forearm, give him the elbow, take his hand, wind up, and then go the punch. Okay, the punch is not from the shoulder. The punch is from the hip. So really think about more, and it's more like, it's more like if you had like, I don't know, a rubber band or one of those strength bands, and you're just kind of doing this with it. That's kind of basically what the punch is. It's not like a throw, I mean, I saw Chen Xiaowang throw this punch. I look pretty good, but I think he probably gave himself shoulder problems. He already got knee surgery. And he's Chen Xiaowang is the guy of Chen style, the head guy. supposedly. And he already had his knee operated on. You know, and in a lot of ways, I'm like Master Chen. Master Chen would say, if something like that happens, you're doing something wrong in your martial art, right? Okay, so that's the punch. So we can even just practice the punch on its own. But think the punch comes from your legs, and you have a little bit of hip rotation. So I'm not really punching. I'm just moving my arms with my hips and legs. I can add a little more leg work. So this leg has strength. This brings the fist out. Then the other leg brings the fist out, right? And you can just work that fist work. Okay, we talked about the spiral. This is a spiral punch. The punch is a drill. Now it doesn't drill from the shoulder. It drills from the feet. Okay, so I want to keep everything nice and relaxed. I don't lock anything out. There's no locking anything out in Chen. We don't lock the elbow or anything. Right? We just, and you also just think of just using your waist, your stomach or whatever. All right, there's so much to do. Let me see the time. Okay, I'm going to call this 10:54. All right, okay. So let me just show you something about the punch. We're not gonna punch. I'm just gonna push.